Good morning and welcome to News 9. I'm Nolan Pinto. Now, much has been said and not much has been done after the holiday horror where 24 students were washed away by the rising tides of the river in Himachal Pradesh. And now a footage has emerged where the horror moment was caught on camera. Now, before we analyze as to how the tragedy took place, take a look at the complete unedited footage of how the hapless students were washed away by the Beas River.
पकड़ के भाव अरे In fact, these are visuals that are coming in now. Now, what you've seen over there is the students were at this spot taking pictures. In fact, students from engineering college in Hyderabad. Now, you can clearly see that when the water level starts to increase, in fact, the intensity of the water, some of them do try, the closest to the land, try to jump from one stone to another stone to escape. But many of them we're not too sure why they actually stood over there without actually moving.
In fact, the students were on their way to Manali. The group had 48 students, 3 faculty members and a child of one of the faculty members. Now, it was around 5:36 in the evening on the second day of the tour, and they all stopped for a break. Now, they later asked the locals if it was safe, and they replied in the affirmative. The students claimed that they didn't know there was a dam there. Now, you can clearly see they're all sitting on a rock, standing on a rock, taking pictures. In fact, there was a big rock in the middle of the river, and everyone wanted to reach the top of the rock. In fact, some made their way to it by stepping on a series of small rocks. After a few minutes, the water level started rising. One of the students notices it and begins screaming, trying to alert everyone to rush back. You can see all screaming, trying to help everyone, and suddenly, in a matter of minutes, all of them who were actually standing on those rocks there were washed away by this sudden flow of water. In fact, the entire tragedy took place just 10 minutes after they got down from the bus. In fact, you can see their bodies floating. In fact, we're not too sure if they had actually passed away by then, but many of them can be still seen flowing in the water. But the intensity of the water was so much so that no one could help them. There was nobody to help them. There you go, you can see another one of the students again being taken away by the increase in the flow of the water. "24 of them lost their lives in this particular incident that took place in Himachal Pradesh. And you can see the bodies of 2 students right on top of your television screen, right there. The great possibilities of what would have happened. Some would have died of shock, some would have drowned, and the others would have hit their heads on the boulders, the large number of rocks that are present everywhere in this particular river. You can clearly see the ferocity with which the water is actually flowing. Now, once they opened the dam waters, this is what happened. Now, according to the students, there was no alarm sounded, no hooters sounded, nothing as such. And there you go on the right of your television screen, basically right there in the center, you can see some of the students running along past, trying to see if they can do something, but unfortunately for them, they could not do anything to help their other friends who, well, lost their lives in this particular tragedy. Now, let me just explain what happened. There you can see they're standing over there. They took permission from the villagers. No one told them that it's a dam. They thought it was a river. In fact, they wanted to get to the main stone. Their idea was basically to take pictures. But slowly the intensity of the flow starts to increase. You can hear some of them screaming, asking them to come back. Now there you see, the first, second and third, the last stone in the center, and beyond that there's one student standing. In the next few minutes, or hardly few minutes, that student will be the first to be washed. And there you see one student washed away. The others do not know what to do. They are not even moving. They're scared whether to move, whether to cross or not. Now take a look at the second stone over there. Another student is washed away by the waters. Now, as of now, all hell breaks loose. No one knows what's happening. No one knows what's to be done. Now keep your eyes on the third stone that's right in the middle of the river. Now in a matter of a few seconds, you'll see all the students standing on the stone or the boulder right in the center of this particular river are washed away. One shot. And there you go, that's what happened. Now keep your eyes on the second stone, and that's what happens again when the intensity increases, the intensity of the flow of water. All those standing on the second stone are washed away. That is now right. So the third and second stone, all the students who were standing there washed away. And finally, when the intensity has actually increased, the flow of water has increased, you will see when the camera actually pans back, all those students standing on the first stone are also washed away. In fact, you can see some of the students are being washed away there. Now, while all this was happening, those students who managed to escape or who were on dry land started to run along with the water right downstream, but they could not do anything. They tried their best to try and help them, but unfortunately nothing could be done. In fact, right on top there you can see two students' bodies limp, floating near the rocks. In fact, that evening itself, or the next evening, 5 bodies were found. These could have been the bodies which did not float downstream. The entire horror moment caught on camera. In fact, in a matter of 10 minutes, or less than 10 minutes, everything was done. 24 students lost their lives. Well, in fact, we'll now slip into a short break. On the other side, we will continue to track all these developments and much more.